Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible, a Wood Elf production with your hosts, Meandering Mark, Bovine Bob, and Woozy Wade. This week, the mercurial manly mob manage manifestly mercenary moves on your behalf. Yes, it's time for We Die on Your Hills. Please prepare thy gripes and enjoy the show.
Oh, I just closed the tab and the slime is up. Oh man, I really punched you right in the face. Oh,
You okay?
it was the one where it was like climbing through the intestinal tract model thing.
Oh,
and just-
right.
Ugh.
I love that part.
Wow, that makes me actually throw up in real life a little bit.
I like when it rolls over the brain and picks up a magnet.
We'll leave this in.
Please don't. Yeah.
Cold open, cold open.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
For those of you who don't know, Bob is currently looking at this video of these magnetic slime things that can apparently go inside your body and retrieve objects.
It looks kind of like a really moist turd came to life.
Yeah.
New Scientist was the Twitter post if you guys want to find it for yourselves.
Yeah. So since we're an audio-based platform, Wade, please describe in excruciating detail what this video entails.
Okay, so imagine if Flubber was kind of charcoal colored and moved around like a flexible turd and could be cut apart and move itself back together again and kind of crawled, folded over itself, and absorbed weird objects from around and then pulled them along with it. It could flatten like a turd pancake, and it can
Yeah.
stretch and squeeze and pull and fit into all the nooks and crannies.
Also, I just want to say, Wade, this is unrelated. You said there's a part where it's in a brain. That's definitely a stomach.
Was it a stomach? I don't know. I don't know.
You said it was in a brain?
Yeah, it's not a brain. It's a stomach.
Yeah,
I
that's a
watched it a
stomach.
while ago, man. Give me a break.
Okay, I'm looking at the video now. It does. I could get the brain idea because it's turned a different way that you wouldn't expect the stomach to be turned. But yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was kind of ripply like the outside of a brain or something.
I think the main way that I would describe this is that it moves on its own, and the sound that I'm pretty sure it's making is constantly.
Oh, yeah, the audio. What do you
and
think this thing smells like?
and with that, welcome to Distractible,
Hi,
the
hello.
podcast where we all lose a few IQ points every time we tune in. My name is Markiplier. I am your host for this week's episode, the host with the most, and I'm joined this week by Bob and Wade. How are you guys doing?
Hello. I'm better now that I'm not watching that video on loop.
Yeah,
I'm really hungry after watching this video on loop.
me too.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
I'm good.
All right. Well, we'll leave that in the cold open because we got a hot, fresh episode for you this week. But before we get into it, small talk. Anything new happening in your guys' lives?
Dude, I had a thing. I'm in one of those phases where I don't know if anyone else relates to this. I was like, man, I haven't seen a doctor in a while.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all the doctors, all the appointments, right? All this stuff I've been putting off. I did a sleep study because my dad had sleep apnea and I'm pretty sure I have it. And I did this thing and the doctor called me and was like, oh, you need to make an appointment to talk. And I was like, well, do I have, like, what are the results? And they were like, oh, we can't tell you. But I'm like, well, can you just say yes, like yes or no, like whatever? And they're like, no, the doctor has to tell you. You have to make an appointment. And my appointment is in like 3 weeks because everything's busy. So I did that and I was really frustrated because I was like, I just want to know, like, I understand they can't do anything yet, but I just want to know the answer, you know? And I do all this, I make the appointment, it's in 3 weeks, and I'm like, I'm going to have to wait to find out, damn it. They sent me an email, like, later last night after I made the appointment, and the email is like, here's some, like, documents, you should fill these out or review them before you meet with your doctor. And I was like, cool, paperwork. And I click it, and the list of document titles is Learning to Live with a CPAP Machine. What a CPAP machine does to treat sleep apnea. Coming to grips with having sleep apnea. And I was like,
Uh-oh.
God, I hope the good news is good from the doctor.
Wade, how's your small talk?
I'm a year older now.
Congratulations.
I guess then.
To you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, it was.
Hey,
It doesn't matter.
buddy, I got you something for your birthday.
Oh, yeah?
1 point.
Oh,
I didn't even hear it.
he said 1 point.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. My ear. I'm so old. It's hard to hear now. The crust build up and the slime in my ears.
Oh, interesting. Well,
you.
didn't really. Okay, yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Just some cherishing of the precious gift that I just gave to you.
Thank you. There you go.
Less cherishing, please.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, more. Split the difference.
Thanks, man.
Hey, there we go. You're welcome. All right. So today's topic is something that people at home have been looking forward to for those of you who have been listening. And yes, we are keeping track of who listens the hardest, and it's a pretty tight race between the top 10. So if you want to win and surge to the finish, you got to listen harder than ever before. So really put some effort in those ears. But today's topic is straight from our community, the Distractible subreddit. If you guys remember a few episodes back, I know that's tough to remember what we've done in the past, Bob, but if you remember, we did an episode called The Hills to Die On.
Oh yeah, that one felt real good at the time.
Right.
Don't worry, Mark. If we've done this one, I'll let you know right away.
So in this last episode, we said at the end of it that we would like to hear your hills to die on, basically your probably unpopular opinions that you are willing to defend. And you would post this on the subreddit, and thankfully people did follow the rules. The ones that they disagreed with were indeed upvoted. And there were actually 10,000 comments on this one particular post, all regarding hills that we individually would die on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to present this. Please do not go to the subreddit, you two.
Okay. I'm definitely not already there looking at it.
I was a click away.
You say you stopped me, you saved me from myself.
All right, avoiding the subreddit.
Yeah, because I'm going to present these to you guys, and it's kind of an open-ended thing. You can be for it, you can be against it. If you're both against it, like, I want to hear who argues the most against it, who argues for it. If you kind of could see how they are getting to that opinion, why they would die on that hill, if you are, like, impressed by their ability to die on such an odd hill. And I will award points based not entirely on my whimsy, but mostly on your arguments for or against that particular opinion. Sound fair?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. This episode of Distractible is sponsored by Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2022, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for wireless? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. I got my new phone right here, and sorry guys, I'm getting a call.
That's okay, I'll pick it up. For people looking to save a little extra this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Literally, just go online. You don't have to deal with in-store waiting, appointments, all this stuff. Mint Mobile will pass the significant savings of having such a simple and streamlined business right on to you.
Or when are you guys calling me?
Oh, we're doing a thing here, Mark.
You can use your own phone, get a new phone.
No, wait, hang on, I'm gonna play this for you.
This is DataTest. This is the emergency broadcast system. A large asteroid is headed toward Earth. Affected areas are California, Oregon, New Mexico, Ohio.
That's what called me.
That sounds incredibly fake, Mark.
Okay, it must be a joke.
Basically, with Mint Mobile, you can choose the amount of monthly data that's right for you and stop paying for data you never use.
All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered
Whoa.
on the nation's largest 5G network. What is
Are
that?
you doing this, Mark?
No.
This is like through the official alert system. This isn't even...
With Mint Mobile,
They don't know what it's heading straight toward.
Mine just says Earth.
Yeah, I mean, like, we would have known that a long time in advance, right?
It's a prank. It clearly is a prank.
Yeah. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/distractible. mintmobile.com/distractible. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/distractible.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my mom real quick.
This episode of Distractible is sponsored by Noom. Weight loss is a journey. For me, it has been a slow...
Hey guys, it's on the TV too.
You guys should move inland. You guys should move inland as fast as you can. Get away from the ocean.
If you need help moving inland, you know what can help, Mark. You can get in shape using Noom. Noom Weight makes it easy to start on your weight loss journey and stay on track.
Bob!
What, man?
I know Noom is based in science, and it's like a psychological approach, and that's really fantastic. But you know what else is based in science? The frickin' asteroid that is about to hit us.
Adults are talking here, man. This prank is going on.
Just turn on the TV!
I'm not turning on the TV, Mark, because we're talking about our sponsor. Noom knows that sometimes you're going to have an off day, like with this weirdly misguided prank. Or, maybe a cheat day. Maybe you have a pizza, whatever. Noom is not here to judge. They want to gently help you get back on track and let you know that you're the boss. You decide how Noom fits into your life.
Bob, look out your window!
You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the app. I love the app. Lots of great features. The food logging and the weight tracking are especially useful. I didn't realize till I started writing it down, you know, how much I was eating every day, the choices I was making. Simple things like this. Noom helps you to make better decisions. Wow, I'm getting a lot of text messages.
That's a really good idea, actually. Keeping track of like rations and stuff and what you're eating, as well as trying to get in better shape. We're going to do a lot of moving, assuming that we survive the impact.
Guys, you gotta start packing right now.
Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/distractible. That's NOOM.com/DISTRACTIBLE. Sign up for your trial.
Just look out your window!
Oh, fuck.
All right, so there's no need for you guys to title this. I will read them and you take it from there. The first is the most upvoted hill to die on that the entire subreddit has upvoted. Quote, "It's weird to sleep without socks on."
It's weird to sleep with no socks on.
It's weird to sleep with no socks.
No. Title wrong. It's weird to sleep with socks on. What do you put gloves on your hand before you go to bed too? No.
Yeah. So I have like personal experience with this because Amy will sleep with socks on, and I find that very strange. And it's like there's a graveyard of socks at the bottom of the bed.
Molly's the same way. She'll go to bed with socks. Halfway through the night, she'll kick them off.
I know.
And then, like, I'm rolling around nice and comfy, and my foot finds a weird lump, and it's like, what is that? And I pull it up with my toeses, and I look, and it's a dirty old sock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every time we do laundry, which is pretty regularly, I'll just like lift off the sheets and just an avalanche of socks will come pouring out of the bottom of the bed.
Yeah, you go to lift the sheet up at night, you're like, oh, I want some more sheet. And you realize all you're pulling up are socks.
Okay. Thing number one on my list here. Mark wanting a round of applause for doing laundry pretty regularly.
No, I'm saying no, that's not what that was in relation. It was like in the context
so
of
proud of yourself.
No, I'm saying pretty regularly as in there shouldn't be that much of a collection in between each time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do laundry a lot too, Mark, and as a laundry doer, I can tell you. No, but thing number two, I think there are some foundational questions here that we're ignoring that are important. I sleep with or without socks, and it depends on a couple factors. Are you all under the cover sleepers or no cover sleepers?
Who's a no cover sleeper?
Yeah, what? Hold on, that's another hill. Wait, yeah.
Whoa.
I hate covers.
No!
What? My sleeping position is nothing on top of me, laying on top of just the sheet on top of the bed. No comforter, no top sheet, nothing. Pillow under my head, pillow that I can hug because I'm kind of a side sleeper, so I like to hug it. It supports my shoulders, keeps me from getting like a sore,
I get that.
Sore shoulder back situation. But I'm hot. I'm a hot person. I'm hot right now. I'm sitting in a room with a fan blowing, a ceiling fan blowing, and there was air conditioning on until we started recording because it's kind of loud. It's not a hot room. It's probably like 70, nice, perfect 70, 71 degrees in here. Like probably cold for some people. I'm hot. I'm a hot person. I don't need anything in my life that makes me hotter. I don't need hot food. I don't drink hot drinks. I don't need a heated blanket. I don't even know what a heater is in a car. I know that my car can make hot air. I don't know why anyone would want that. I don't need covers, but you know, the only part of me that ever gets cold and is like, man, I wish we had covers, is my feet. My feet get cold.
Wow.
So I will sleep, no covers, still hot. Like even if I'm just laying in bed and if it's like a warm night, I'll still be kind of warm, but my feet won't get cold. So I will sleep in comfortable, like fluffy nighttime socks because I want warm feet and cold everywhere else. That's how I need to live. There's no way I'm the only person who has this situation, who runs hot and needs to cool off, but has cold feet. There's just 0% chance that I'm the only person.
I find that so fascinating because I can't sleep with no covers.
I can't either.
Even if it's the hottest summer day, I have to have at least like the thinnest sheet on me. You know what I mean?
There has been one day in my cognizant lifespan where I have known what I'm doing that I have slept without covers, and that's whenever we were on tour in Detroit. We were staying at a hotel, and the hotel had no AC, and I fell asleep on top of the comforter after like laying there sweating for like an hour and a half. But that is the only time.
Weird.
That Holiday Inn in downtown Detroit, Michigan. I remember that place.
Oh, you
I can remember that.
The only time my entire life I have slept without being under the covers, like willingly. I mean, you know, if I pass it on the couch or something or in a chair, like that's different. But like,
Sure.
going to bed, I have got to be under sheets and a sheet and the comforter. And the only time I'll wear socks is if I'm like sick or like the heat's out or like, you know, it's particularly just freezing. But like, no, it's no socks, shorts, t-shirt, and sheet comforter. And like, I'm the type, the sheet not only has to be on me, it has to be like pulled up to like to my neck. I want my arms under it, and my hand is under the pillow. Like I'm not a cold person. Like I feel like I produce a good amount of heat, but when it comes time to sleep, it's bundle up and pass out.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
kind of the same way. I'd rather have an extremely cold room that I can bundle up under.
Same.
That's my ideal sleeping situation. I've also discovered on planes, the way I sleep the best is if I have a blanket over my legs. Doesn't matter if I have sweatpants on, if I tuck my legs in, and if I have a hoodie, I'll tuck my arms in the sleeves and cross my arms. Like if I cross my arms, like with my arms in my sleeves, just down my chest, it doesn't work. But if I tuck in and feel like I'm in a cocoon, I sleep real good.
You know what, though? That's legit. I will say the one and only, maybe 2 or 3 situations, it depends. The only situations where I will use a comforter or a covers of any sort is what you're saying, Mark, on an airplane. I don't know what it is about airplanes. The airplane blanket, that's like just the shittiest blanket that's ever existed. It's barely a blanket. It's barely a paper. Like it falls apart if you pull it too hard when you're unfolding it.
Yeah.
A blanket on an airplane feels nice. I think it's because it's very dry, crisp air. So like, I don't know, there's something different about that. And if I'm traveling and I'm in a hotel and I'm alone, then and only then do I sleep under the comforter. I don't know if it's like a comfort thing, like it's weird that I'm alone. I have no idea. Maybe it's because if I'm traveling in a hotel alone, it means that I got to my hotel room, I set the thermostat on like 60 degrees, and then I left it there because no other humans coming into that room with me. And by the time I get to bed, my room is actually cold enough where I'm like, oh, some comforter would be nice, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool enough in here.
Wait, you sleep under the comforter, but on top of the sheet?
No, like on top of the sheet that's on the fitted sheet, not on top of the...
What happens to the normal sheet, though, that goes between the bed and the comforter?
I'll use it. Okay,
thank God.
Thank
people
God.
sleep on, like, Molly does not always use the sheet.
Oh, that's weird.
And, like, I try to get under the sheet sometimes, and she'll be, like, laying on it, or it'll be, like, crumpled up between us, and I can't quite get my, like, left shoulder under the sheet, and I just have to yank the thing.
Oh, thank God.
And then, like, I wake her up, and she's, like, grumpy. It's like, no, I need the sheet. And I will wake her up just to move the sheet on top of her like a normal human being so I can sleep, because I cannot sleep without the sheet being right.
How does she live with you? What is this? Whoa.
The monsters can grab me if I'm not under the blankets properly, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So for that one, I was like, Wade, you came out of the gate strong, I will admit. But for Bob, for bringing an entirely new hill to die on and expanding that, I give you the point for that one.
Woohoo!
All right. So next, cartoons for adults should not exist. You're supposed to grow out of cartoons when you're like 11. Imagining a 40-year-old laughing at a cartoon is just creepy.
Boo! This person has no soul.
Whoa. Expand more.
I didn't know until just this moment, but basically, in a more general context, the opposite of this is a hill that I would die on happily.
Yeah.
People can like whatever the fuck they want. If you want to watch Bluey, if you're an adult person and you want to watch Bluey, which is, I think, I don't know if that's the name of it. It's a cartoon about a dog named Bluey and his friends and family or whatever. I've seen like one episode of it. I don't have a kid, but I have friends who have kids, and I've seen, if you're an adult and you want to watch that, good. You want to watch really nerdy videos about some niche thing that you're into on the internet? Good. You want to watch cartoons that are made for adults? Good. This person thinks that... this person sounds like they can't enjoy anything. This is the same person who is like, you should only get 1 scoop of ice cream, okay? It's a treat. It's not a meal.
Grow up.
And no toppings. Ice cream already has stuff in it. If you wanted things in your ice cream, you should have got ice cream that came with stuff mixed into it. Don't put sprinkles on it. What is this? Who do you think you are? But this person can't enjoy anything.
Yeah.
I love the visual of someone that's like 39 years old sitting in their chair with SpongeBob on the TV counting down like midnight. And then at midnight, they turn off the TV and just start weeping because they're no longer allowed to watch cartoons.
Telling anyone that they should or should not like anything, as long as it's like safe and legal and not something that's harming people or like, you know, horrific messages or encouraging, as long as it's something that's generally fine and there's no serious problem with enjoying it, you know what? It's none of your fucking business, is it?
Yeah. I also love the specificity because in the first thing they said was cartoons for adults should not exist.
Yeah.
So it's like what they don't understand is animation is just an art. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Continue.
Oh, you took cartoons for adults in a different direction.
No, that's adult cartoons. That's not cartoons for adults. Wait, important distinction.
Yeah, but there are like cartoons that are specifically intended for a older audience than 11. There's the one, it's the hotel one.
Distractible. Does that count?
Yeah, everyone listen to Distractible. No,
Hotel what?
it's something hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Is that it? No.
Motel 6 Hotel.
It starts with an it starts with an H. God, what? It's a
Hotel does start with an H.
Angry Hotel.
hotel.
I don't know what you're trying to talk about,
cartoon. Oh, hold on.
Hotel California.
No, for adults. Has Been Hotel. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Has Been Hotel. It is you could call it a cartoon. I'd say it's just an animated show, which is what these things are. And it's just drawing, but they talk about sex all the time. They curse all the time throughout the show. It's clearly a show that is intended for adults. It just happens to be animated, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the concept of like cartoons for adults shouldn't exist is silly, but also that you're supposed to grow out of cartoons is silly because Amy and I, we watch episodes of SpongeBob like a few weeks ago. We were going through some old episodes because they're funny.
Yeah, is there a difference between an animated show and a cartoon? Like, is a cartoon something specific?
No, I don't think there's really much of a difference.
I don't either,
I don't know
but-
where the term cartoon really comes from. Cartoon word origin.
I think this is probably the opinion of someone who's like younger, you know, because whenever we were younger, like, you know, adults doing things seemed like very cringy and stuff, and that's kind of like the like I get that like feeling.
Yeah.
But I think as we all get older, we kind of realize that sure, we get more experiences and like, you know, life changes a little bit, whatever. But ultimately, like, I don't feel like my personality, like, I don't feel like a very different person at 33 than I did at 15, minus just evolving from life's experiences, having experienced more. I still enjoy a lot of the same stuff. Now, granted, if I was like, I don't know, a young bachelor, like out of the club with friends, and like this like cute girl walked up and wanted to dance, and I like checked my watch, I'm like, oh, sorry, new Rugrats is coming out, and I left the club immediately to go home to watch. Like, that'd be a little weird, but that doesn't mean I couldn't enjoy it as a normal human being. If it like affected my life in some kind of weird addictive way, maybe. But just enjoying a cartoon at any age, like, what's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And there was actually something about in the Oscars recently. It was overshadowed by the slap, which I really am so tired of everyone making news articles about it.
Wait, the what? There was something happened at the Oscars?
Yeah, something happened. I don't even remember what it was. But also,
that's so weird.
There was a comment that was made by someone else, or a few people actually, that was talking about how animations are mostly for kids, or maybe they even said that animations are for kids, or film animation is for kids. And it's like, it's not just for kids. The idea that, let's look at The Incredibles, right? The Incredibles, Pixar, traditionally, like, they're supposed to be family movies, but what The Incredibles is a story about two parents trying to deal with like raising kids in an unordinary situation, and two kids trying to grow up and find who they are. Like, it's for everybody. It's kind of the definition of a family film because everyone in the family can enjoy it and relate to characters. It doesn't mean it's for children. You know what I mean? Like, I love The Incredibles.
Even like older Disney movies, like Great Mouse Detective has like drinking and smoking and like dealing with different, like, really good cartoons and shows are layered, where they've got the base humor that like everyone can laugh at and enjoy and like kids understand, and there's usually like a few jokes sprinkled in that, like, you know, link up with teenagers, like you said, parents, adults, and it's kind of like everyone can enjoy different aspects. Like, oh God, I relate to that part of it. Like they always sprinkle in little bits of, like the good ones, they sprinkle in little bits for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about this is it's a form of storytelling, right? There are certainly animations that are cash-ins on kids like bright, flashy things, and there's minimal content. They're not discussing complex things or issues, or the jokes are very dumbed down and not very interesting if you're beyond a certain age. But there are movies that are live action that are that exact same shit. It's not the medium that dictates whether something is interesting for adults or boring for adults. It's what the storytellers who are using that medium choose to do. There are a lot of great films that like brought me to tears, that discuss issues that are pertinent, like that one that came out in 2020, Soul.
I have not seen Soul. I want to.
It was like targeted at me. Like that was a very heavy and serious animated movie. To dismiss something because of the medium is to be like, oh well, I think marble sculpting is a very legitimate form of art, but oil painting is for children. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Either it is good art or it is not good art for its own purposes and reasons and whatever. The medium is literally just the person who made it being like, you know what? I like animation. I like that we can do surreal things. I like that we can do stuff that doesn't make any sense and is physically impossible and would look really fucking stupid in live action. But we can tell the story my way because I see it this way and I'm using this medium. To eliminate something because of the medium is as asinine as making a statement like, oh, well, watercolor's not art. No, that's just not true. And anyone should be able to enjoy an animated movie.
Do you think we're more informed as we got older? That's why we feel this way? Or do you think it's because we're older? We're like trying to justify watching cartoons, and if we were like 15, we would agree?
Absolutely not for me.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad whenever anyone is like, you can't like that. You're a girl or you're old. Or one, it's none of your fucking business what I do and do not like. And two, why? Why would you do that? Why would you limit anything? If a person enjoys something and it gives them joy in life and it inspires them or whatever, something positive for them, why would you want to limit that? Why would you take that away?
That's an excellent
None of your
point,
business.
Bob. That's an excellent point. And for the strong
That-
opening, you got more?
That just makes me like deeply angry in a lot of contexts beyond this. But this is one of those where if you're just going to say adults can't watch cartoons or cartoons for adults shouldn't exist, no, that's wrong. And that's a really stupid take. Let people enjoy shit. Goddamn.
Good point, good point. And for the strong opening and a good succinct finish, Wade, not that you didn't say anything that was also pertinent, but strong opening, strong finish, I'll give the point to Bob for that one.
All right, starting off strong. I like this.
Right. You got that birthday point. All right, this next one
Kicking your ass.
should be interesting. Ketchup belongs in chicken noodle soup.
What the actual fuck?
Okay, as someone who loves ketchup, I still limit what ketchup goes on. I like my burgers with just cheese and like bacon maybe. I don't want ketchup on my burger if I like ketchup and condiments. One, I don't like the flavor as much on there, but two, it makes the buns all soggy and stuff. I like ketchup with fish though. I like ketchup with chicken tenders, so on and so forth. Why the hell would you put it in your soup? What happened to make you even think to try that?
I mean, so look, food is complicated. People put food in categories and create rules. What is ketchup?
What?
Ketchup is basically, I have a point.
We're getting very existential.
Ketchup is fundamentally some tomatoes pureed with like vinegar. It's acidic.
And a lot of sugar.
Tomatoes are acidic, vinegar is acidic, and then it has sugar to balance it out. It's very sweet, the processed stuff, but like it's essentially tomato flavor and vinegar flavor. Both of these as flavors, I can see why you might want that in your soup. Maybe you want a little acidity, maybe you want to brighten it up. Maybe it's like a really fatty chicken stock you're using, or who knows.
Just eat some SpaghettiOs.
To use ketchup is not a thing I would do, but to eat something and be like, you know what? That needs like vinegar or something. That needs like, it needs something, right? Sure. If you have ketchup and you don't have any like vinegar in your cabinet, or you don't have any tomato paste or whatever, and you're making soup and you're like, this needs something. Sure. I'm hoping they don't put in like a whole bottle of ketchup.
I guess, but like, just get a different type of soup.
Well, it's
like,
you're adjusting the flavors.
It's like adding chicken to your SpaghettiOs, I guess. It's the same idea.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose, but it's just like there's just a different type of soup you can get for that.
I'm sorry, wait, are you telling people they can't enjoy soup the way they want it? Because that makes me angry.
Yeah, I think I am. Just get the right kind of soup.
I'm going to connect everything back to that strong point that I made.
I might be doing this just to upset you, but I might also agree. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I actually agree with Bob here. And the reason why is because at first when I read that, I was like, oh, that can't be right. But then I thought, when my dad used to make this kind of like bean soup, right? It was like, I forget what type of beans.
Soup or something?
No, just one bean. He cooked it for a long time overnight. Beans, maybe some ham or something like that, and maybe rice or like some noodles or something like that. And I remember we didn't just eat that straight. We dumped a boatload of ketchup into it. It was like the whole bottle. You would just swirl the ketchup on top of it until you get like a nice unisona spiral in there, and then you'd mix it all up. I thought that was delicious. I loved that. When I was a kid.
Don't you put salt on like buttered bread though too? Like you do some.
Hey,
whoa! Food thing.
Europeans do that, okay?
Do they?
Salted butter is so a thing.
Yeah. That's a thing,
yeah,
okay?
But isn't the butter already salted typically?
Yeah, but not enough. I'm talking literally salt on butter is totally a thing. I that's not a hill I die on because it's up to personal preference. But with ketchup, when I was a kid again, ate white bread, bologna, pickles, ketchup. That was my sandwich.
Here's the thing though, the quote here, the hill to die on was not that like they like ketchup and soup. It's that it belongs in it.
And I think that's what makes it a hill, and I can respect that.
I am fine with them doing it, but that is not a hill that we should all live on. I don't want to put ketchup in my soup.
No, it's not a hill that I would live on, but I'm not going to kill him on that hill to make him die on.
No, they could live on that hill, but don't tell us we all belong on that hill.
If somebody made you a homemade pot of chicken soup and put like a quarter cup of ketchup in it, like they made the soup and they were like, I'm gonna finish this. Put a little salt, pepper, and like a good amount of ketchup. Give it a little acidity, and they mixed it up. You wouldn't even know. You would never. I'm gonna make you chicken noodle soup someday.
I'm going to be very suspicious anytime you offer me food.
And I'm going to feed it to you. And when you're done, I'm going to be like, okay, ketchup or no ketchup? And you're going to be like, I don't know, man. It tasted like good chicken soup.
Yeah.
And I'm be like, yeah. And I'm never going to tell you.
I made you this fruit smoothie. Drink it. My blood is in there.
But like, it's not like it's like a whole bottle of ketchup and the soup is ketchup thick.
It might be just fine, but doesn't mean like that it belongs there. Like it has to be there.
You would never know. You would never know.
I am going to try it. This is the thing. Like, this is something so, like, I've never thought about it, but I'm willing to try it. I will go get some chicken noodle today.
But I don't know if I would say, like, even if I tried it and liked it, I don't know if I would say it belongs there.
But what if it's incredible?
Yeah, what if that's exactly what chicken soup means?
What if it's incredible?
What if it makes it perfectly bright and delicious?
I mean, I guess if I try it and it changes my life in some fantastical way, and like all of a sudden all of my brain opens up and I'm like 80 million times smarter and I lose 30 pounds instantly and my muscles start bulging, but man, oh my God, it belongs there. But if it just tastes good, it's like, well, it's good for me, I guess. But as someone who's always ridiculed for things that they like and don't like, I don't know if I would ever go that far to say it belongs there.
I appreciate that. All right, I'll close this one out. And I got to apologize, Wade, because I actually had the preconceived notion, because I kind of agreed with this one. I was going to give the point to the person who kind of agreed to it too before either of you started talking. So I'm going to give Bob the point for that one, because I like the way you're looking today, Bob.
Ooh.
That's fine. Opinions can't change over time. I agree with that.
All right. Okay.
Good hill.
Good hill.
Good hill.
Good hill.
I'm not angry.
All right.
Good point.
All right. So this one, I think it really opens up the floor for an opportunity here. The next one is, quote, I don't think Bob is that funny, end quote.
Ooh, I like this.
Ooh, interesting.
Bob, the floor is yours.
No, listen, man, I don't know what happens. I don't know if it's the way that I talk or if it's the type of jokes that I tend towards or what. People give me, on the subreddit and in general when we've like met fans and stuff, people give me a lot of credit. People refer to me as the nice one. Which,
yeah.
What?
I know, right?
Between the three of us, I am the one who is most likely to be secretly fucking with you behind your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have like a friendly voice. People like do this while they're exercising, they're driving, or they're masturbating or whatever. Like people listen to this when they're doing other activities. They didn't really pay attention to the words we use. So they just hear your voice like, oh, look at that, listen to that nice man. Meanwhile, you're like, fucking rip their face off and shove it in a suitcase. Yeah. Like, oh.
The perfect example of this is I always think back to one of the early Drunk Minecraft ones we did where it was just like, I forget, it was like, get the most iron you can or something, right? It was like an arbitrary Minecraft thing that we were doing.
I've never forgotten this episode. go on.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and you guys were like, "Oh, I'm digging. Oh, I'm keep it secret where I found." Ooh, and I was like, "I'm not even gonna dig a hole. I'm just gonna wait until they put their iron in this chest that's not protected, and then once they leave, I'm just gonna take all the iron but leave a couple."
Do you remember this, Mark?
Oh, I remember.
I won that by such a wide margin because I took all but like 2 iron from
Yeah.
everything you all made.
We got our iron blocks out, and I built mine like 5
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Mark's came out like 6 high, and Bob's was like 2 stacks of 40.
It's like, yeah, it was huge.
It lives in my brain, Bob shouting, "Fuck yeah, bitches!" And he's just like slamming block after block as he's climbing to the heavens. And we just look up like, oh.
I remember proudly setting my last of like 6 blocks on top of each other, and then looking over, it's like, oh man, it's close, looking at Mark, and then Bob just has a fucking iron wall.
I actually got so high I fist bumped God.
Yeah, I saw
But yeah,
that.
in the same, so like that's very representative of how I'm not the nice one. But in the same way, one of you will be saying something or we'll be talking, and like Wade will drop just the most insane like wordplay pun thing, or like Mark will say something, and what you said is the funny thing, and I'll jump in and be like, yeah, and also, and people are like, oh my God, Bob is so fucking funny. I love his laughs. All I did was like say one extra thing on something that one of you said probably, and then laugh a bunch, and everyone was like, fuck, Bob is so funny. God, Mark and Wade never say anything funny. Like, I don't know what happens. It's like I'm like stealing your thunder or something, and everyone just gives me credit for all this stuff. I make jokes. I'm not saying I'm not funny, but I am definitely not like clearly the funniest one, or by any means. I don't know what I don't know what the deal is with this.
My opinion's out there. I've always thought you were the funniest person I've ever known, and I still would stand by that. Nice or not, the niceness equation is like an entirely different conversation. But some people love that shit, and some people do. Like, it is true. Like, but the yes anding is like part of improv. That's what makes like those joke work so well, is when you build on them. You know.
So their hill to die on was that Bob's not funny.
Not that
funny,
funny.
yes.
It was qualified. It wasn't even a full statement.
'Cause I remember there was a poll on the subreddit at one point about who everyone's favorite of us were, and I was in like last place on that poll. But then there were like 5 people underneath the poll that were like, "No, come on, you guys are giving Wade enough credit. Wade's like the best one." Like, so I think that everyone just has their own opinion on comedy, and like if that's their hill, like I guess that's what they think. But
Almost like comedy is subjective and depending
No,
on
that
who's
can't be it.
listening. No.
No. A joke is a joke. You can't subjectify this. Come on now.
Either way, the conclusion is none of us really care who anyone listening to this thinks is the funniest. It's totally fine if you think one is funnier than the other, one's not that funny. That's totally fine. So long as you enjoy the show as a whole, we are here to have fun as friends and give you the most entertaining show possible. I will assign no points in this round because it doesn't matter. It was just a fun thing to discuss.
that's good because I didn't really talk much. I like
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna go to Bob like 100%, but you know, I already decided my pre-rule for that one was that I wasn't gonna assign points for that one. I can if you want, Wade. You want me to give Bob a point? Because you're right, he did deserve that one.
Yeah, you know what? Just to spite the person that made it, give him a point.
For being the funniest?
Yeah.
All right, according to Wade, Bob gets the funniest of the episode award point.
All right.
I should give this out like a Mario Party stars. Like at the end of the round, I should give like little like stupid random bullshit points.
Plus, I really want Bob to win this one because I'm really hoping we can do a repeat episode next week.
Wow.
Oh, guess who's the funniest now? Oh,
Wow.
I'll give you a point for the zinger.
eat my burn, Bob.
Yeah.
This is why everyone considers me to be the nice one. As I'm never mean like you are, Wade.
Oh, I'm an asshole. I'm the meanest of mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next one, this is a bold one. It's got some qualifiers, but they're all to the same point.
All right.
Quote, dogs are annoying. Ooh. Dogs bark so loud that I want to go deaf. They shit and pee everywhere. They bite toes or any part of your body they can bite, and it hurts. Dogs are so needy. They constantly want food. I can't believe a living creature constantly wants.
I gotta give it food and water like 2 or 3 times a day.
They want your attention 24/7.
They want to be loved. They have to poop.
You know, you did kind of kidnap them and put them in your if you ignore them, they bark like there's no tomorrow. They want toys. If you don't buy them toys, they bite every fucking thing they can bite in your house. And if a dog is a male, they constantly want to mate. If they don't have a mate, they will hump you and lick you, and it feels disgusting.
I hope this person does not become a parent, because they are in for a rude awakening if they think that dogs are tough.
Yeah, got bad news.
What this so sounds like, before I'll open it up, but I just want to inject in this. It so sounds like this one person had a specific bad experience with one dog, because literally everything they described could potentially be bad behavior in a dog. Absolutely. But also,
Yeah.
So to play devil's advocate to our points, because I know we all disagree with this, I think, but we're all dog owners. There are instances where, like, I'll take my dogs outside and someone else's dogs will bark, and then my dogs start barking. They want to take off and whatever. Like, there are instances where other people's dogs can be annoying. Or if you're having a particularly bad day, then your dog misbehaves, it, like, poops in the house or something. It's like, oh God, okay. There are moments, but those are moments that are greatly outweighed by all of, like, the snuggles and the pets and the kisses, the excitement your dog has when it sees you. Or, like, Ginger has this thing where she'll go stand by the food bag, like, I'll have given her dinner and she's like, that was dinner, but I want more. And she'll just stand there and stare at me like, you better refill it, which I don't do for her health, but it's just like the funny little quirks they have sometimes that make them unique. I don't know. I think all the good greatly outweighs the bad, but just like with anything, there are certainly moments where your dog can, like, get on your nerves, or someone else's dog can get on your nerves, or you have a headache and, like, you hear barking right in your ears or something, or you're trying to sleep and your dog is jumping on your face. Like, there's those moments, but they're so rare comparatively to the good moments.
Yeah, this person sounds to me like their personality does not match with what dogs generally have to offer. The one that sticks out to me is saying, it's so annoying. They always want attention. Yeah, because they fucking worship you. Like, the thing about dogs is, if you're their owner, if you're their pack leader, you're their family. And they're like, ooh, I gotta stay with my family. I gotta protect. And we're going this way. And, like, yeah, sometimes I'm like, man, I wish Lexi wouldn't be in my feet when I'm doing something. Like, I don't want to kick her. It's annoying, sure. Because, like you said, Wade, it's a moment, right? Where it's like, get out of here. Shoo. But, like, some people like that. Like, it's nice to have something in your life that's simple and loves you pretty unconditionally. And if they're in a bad mood, they'll love you if you give them a pepperoni. But if you don't want that, then, like, it's totally legitimate to not like dogs and not want that in your life. You don't have to like dogs. But I will also say, to just generally say that dogs are annoying because of all these behaviors, dogs give you what you teach them. My general experience, maybe this is not universally true, but my general experience with dogs is they learn what you train them to do, and you can train them to do a lot of shit. You can train dogs to recognize toys by name, use buttons to communicate with language, all kinds of complex stuff. Not all dogs are capable of that, but all dogs are capable of learning and being trained generally. If a dog is shitty, they probably weren't trained very well. Like, and I'm not like a good dog trainer. I am lax with Lexi all the time. We do all kinds of naughty stuff, but we have the important stuff. We have her trained to where she comes if you call her, generally. If you use the mean voice, she definitely comes because she's like, oh shit. I can get her to kind of be quiet. She knows how to go to her cage. She knows a couple of tricks. Like, she's not a highly trained dog by any stretch of the imagination. But if your dog is an asshole who chews on things and they're not a puppy and they're still doing this, they're destroying things and shitting inside and doing all this stuff, it's on you. You were supposed to train them. Puppies, if you start them and train them yourself, when they're adults, they give you what you taught them. They're idiots, but they're idiots who are capable of learning. So it sounds like maybe, like you said, Mark, this person just had like a nightmare dog that either their parents or their whoever in their life didn't train, or they didn't train. And then they were like, why aren't you potty trained? I bought you. I gotta feed you every day? Like, fuck.
Sometimes it depends how you get a dog too, though. Like, if you get a rescue dog that's not a puppy, if it's a little bit older, they can have like those quirks that are really hard to iron out too.
True.
So, I mean, that depends.
True.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, like, dogs can have problems. Dogs can have been abused. There's all kinds of situations that I'm not covering specifically.
Yeah.
But if you're getting a dog who is a specific case, like a rescue or a troubled dog or whatever, that's also a thing you're committing to. Like, you have to ask that ahead of time.
Yeah.
I would never get a dog who was like violent or aggressive. I'm not in a position where I'm comfortable training and dealing with a dog with those issues. That's a dog you shouldn't have. But, like, it sounds like this person just had a nightmare experience.
Yeah.
And someone didn't train a dog very well, or it had its own issues, whatever. I don't know what the case is.
Yeah. And it's actually, I'm glad you brought that up because you guys know Henry, right? You've met Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Henry is a rescue, has gone through a pretty traumatic past, was rescued, actually injured. But when we got him, he did not trust strangers. He especially did not trust men. He was like really quiet, shy. Now, after years of work, because it does take a lot of work, but with love and attention and training, he's way smarter than Chica. Look, no insult to Chica, but Chica isn't exactly the brightest bulb in the drawer. But he is like so incredibly smart. However, back to the point of what they were saying about dogs are annoying. I will actually concede that, except they aren't always. I say dogs can be annoying. Point in case, I have a video with audio that I would like to play for you guys right now. It is very adorable. Don't get me wrong. This is very adorable. Listen to Henry. Adorable, right?
He sounds excited or stressed.
Yeah, excited. We just picked him up and we're taking him home, right? Very cute. It sounded like he was laughing and he was smiling and wagging the whole time. So he's very happy. Now imagine that sound for 30 minutes straight. That gets annoying. That was incredibly annoying. And every like minute or so, he would sneeze all over the back of our heads and like shake and slobber all over us. Like all these elements are incredibly annoying. However, wouldn't trade it for the world. Love that dog.
Yeah.
Inside and out. There's no part that I would ever change about Henry. Like, just a fantastic dog. Incredible. Lovely.
My dog growing up, Bella, she had to be put down during our honeymoon, sadly, a few years back, but whenever we would get home, we would have to bring her outside and pet her and like talk to her because she would always excited pee whenever she would see us for like the first time. And while she was doing it, she'd be like walking around, like kind of squatting, leaking out a little bit of urine and like and it was sometimes like, you know, you were trying to come home with groceries or you're tired or, you know, this or that, you're in a bad mood. It's like, oh God, okay, whatever. Come on. But like looking back, just the amount of devotion and love and excitement she had, like I miss that so much. It's like one of the things about her I miss is just like how excited she always was to see us when we got home.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, it's annoying, but also like whenever you reflect on why it's happening, just how much that dog is devoted to you, it like really is like, man, that amount of love and devotion is unparalleled. Like I don't think people are capable of being that devoted like a dog is. That's just a whole nother level with them.
Yeah. And this is not an equivalency I'm trying to make, but this is, I feel like some people want to treat dogs like they're little stuffed animals. Like, ooh, have fun to play with you and you're real cute. And then it's like, okay, leave me alone. But I would say it's more like, and not the same as to any extent, but it's more similar to like you're adopting a child when you adopt a dog. They're going to have their own personality and quirks. They are not just some fun toy that you can put away when you're done with it. It's a living being. It's a life that you're responsible for. Humans are much more complicated and with all these issues you can cause with parenting and whatever. Dogs are simpler than human babies. But it's a life, like it's a living thing. They're going to have days where they're in a bad mood. They're going to have days where they're sick. There's all this stuff that living things do that, yeah, it's annoying. But you're basically assuming that, I guess, is my argument. And like, then maybe you're not a dog person. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But I just feel like calling dogs annoying is the same energy as being like, ugh, kids are so annoying, am I right? When I'm in public and there's a child near me, I'm like, oh, don't touch me. Why are you so loud? Like, they're a kid, man. If you think they're doing this on purpose and they know that they're annoying, you don't understand how kids work. Kids are, you know, little idiots, capable of talking and screaming all kinds of stuff, but it's not on purpose. And the parents are doing their best. I just feel so bad for parents with like a screaming kid and everyone is like not making eye contact and like, oh, whoa, like, you don't think the parent fucking knows that that's the worst sound in the world? They hear it too. And they're about to take it home with them. But, you know, don't have a dog then. Don't have kids. You don't have to have them in your life.
That's a good point. Now, this was close because both of you had great points. Bob, you were more about like the open-ended morality of dog ownership in general and life and philosophy like that. Wade, because you had a personal connection with this one, I'm going to give you the point.
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
It's like 6 points for me now, right?
Not that Bob, you didn't talk about your dogs and stuff like that. But
I think I deserve a point.
nope.
Wow.
Nope. All right. So because we're actually going a lot, talking about these a lot longer than I thought. I'm actually going to initiate speed round for the next one. I'm going to limit the discussion to a minute.
Okay.
And you guys can fight for time as best you can. All right. Sound fair?
A minute total or a minute each?
A minute total.
All right.
And you gotta earn that talking spot.
All right.
No talking over each other. This is gonna be like a political debate. Just like go at it.
Oh boy.
All right. Next up, The Blair Witch Project is the best horror movie in the movie history.
Oh, false. Not even like top 10, probably. I watched it. It was spooky, but like it ended. It was over with. Never wanted to rewatch it.
I've never seen it, but I don't like shaky cam first person scary movies, which my understanding is that's the format of Blair Witch. Seems stupid.
Had the best memes though. The snotty nose cam.
I would put it out there I believe it was the first found footage idea. It was groundbreaking in its marketing and the whole people going into it not knowing whether it was real or not. Best horror movie, definitely, I wouldn't say. But I do think it's important to mention that.
I think things like that, statements like that are always, I can almost never agree with them because unless it's a very narrow category, I would say, okay, well, what about The Shining? Because I think The Shining is a great movie on its own and it's terrifying. Gives me nightmares every time I see it. The best of anything is hard to say. I disagree.
New It movie.
All right, because Wade actually saw the movie, I'll give him the point.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, next one. The Minecraft music is terrible, and I always mute it first before doing anything else. And before I set the timer, I'm going to say this is one that I very strongly disagree with. Go!
Saying that it's terrible is a lot. Saying that it's incredibly boring and not something I would choose to listen to unless I was playing that game and it was on is accurate. It's fine. As far as video game scores go, not super inspiring. It's not like Doom, where I don't even like Doom the games because it's not my kind of game, but the soundtrack is fucking awesome. Minecraft music, I don't even remember what it sounds like. Like I forgot it the moment it stopped playing. I don't know.
Jumping in, met my wife on Minecraft. Drunk Minecraft, where my career started was Minecraft. Minecraft's always meant a lot to me. Used to spend hours and hours and hours a day playing. And on top of that, Molly and I have a vinyl of Minecraft music because it just means so much to us. So there are certain songs on there that we hear and it's like super nostalgic for us, almost like hearing your wedding song.
That's adorable.
Wow. There's 8 seconds, Bob. Do you want a rebuttal?
And that's a very cute personal story, and that's a very personal meaning to you, but I would say objectively there is much better video game music. It's meh. Oh,
That's totally fair. I'm going to give it to Wade for the beautiful I didn't know they even had a vinyl of that music. That is interesting.
I didn't know that either.
I think there's 2. We own one of the 2.
Yeah. I think the big qualifier is that like they said it was like terrible. And I don't agree that it's terrible because what I like about it is in the musicality of it. It's the connection to the world and my personal experiences. And I think that's what gives anything meaning, and any kind of art meaning is how you can see yourself and what it is. So that sense of loneliness that it brings when you first opened up Minecraft and like you hear this like, really soft music. I that's why I like it. But
It's
again,
not Skyrim's voice, or audio track. Skyrim has some great music and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
It stands up on its own for what it is.
yeah, I was gonna give Bob the point just for mentioning Doom until you had all those personal connections to it.
Kiss Mark's ass and everything.
Yeah, I mean it was like, hey, you mentioned Doom.
I know you like Doom. Come on.
That's right. I got married just for this point. Thanks, man. This episode of Distractible is sponsored by Edmunds.
What's the point?
Okay.
What's the point?
It looks like once you get through California, part of Nevada, the roads open up a bit.
The roads are gonna open up a lot of it.
I was supposed to have more time.
A lot of people are on the car market right
I
now.
need a bigger vehicle. Maybe I can escape it.
It's stressful, it's confusing, but Edmunds is going to go the extra mile to make car buying easier by providing shoppers with honest car reviews, video test drives, online shopping tools, the latest consumer advice.
I need a long range. The longest range. I gotta drive across this whole country. I'm never gonna see my parents again.
This clock's ticking, man.
I wasted so much time. I should have listened to you, man. I thought you were
We all
joking.
wasted so much time, and look at us now.
Okay, you guys are still kind of wasting time. We need to get as much research done as fast as possible to find the right vehicle.
I know Edmunds has 50 years of trusted car shopping advice and price guidance all in one place, but if we only had 50 minutes left!
Yeah, but even their homepage has car rankings compiled by editors and stuff, so we can find the top ranked vehicles as fast as possible, compare them side by side. So we want something that's fuel efficient, something that's big,
Yeah.
and what, can go off road?
Asteroid proof? Can you search for that?
Maybe that's under like safety ratings?
Yeah, they could do safety ratings.
High safety ratings. Yes, good.
Currency still matters as of right now, so we got to figure out what our budget is. Thankfully, that's all on here, as well as financing.
Financial systems break down. I know where there are a lot of goats and chickens.
Everything's a lot right now, guys, and car shopping can be overwhelming, but what?
Oh.
Did it get darker?
Yeah, wait, what the hell?
Oh my god.
No,
Oh, no.
They said tonight or tomorrow.
Oh no. Oh.
We're out of time.
Oh, God.
Edmunds is here to help, though.
Oh.
Visit
Mark, I love
Edmunds.com,
you.
click on Edmunds Best Car Rankings to research and compare vehicles. That's EDMUNDS.com. Edmunds, we drive it like it is. Thanks to Edmunds for sponsoring the show.
All right. So this one, like, I'll actually will not do a speed one because I think it's just such a fascinating take. It's not the most highly rated, but I think it's like, it is just such a hill to die on for this person.
I'm excited.
Quote, tattoos and piercings are a clear sign of instability.
What the?
Whenever I...
Sorry, I thought you were done. Continue.
No. Whenever I see someone who has them, it's obvious to me that they either lack the cognitive power to understand the gravity of the decision they made, or they have some kind of body image issue.
Ooh.
Okay. I am not a person who would ever really get a tattoo or a piercing, probably. Like, it's just not for me. That being said, that's just because I don't think it's for me. I think there are people that rock some pretty awesome tattoos and piercings, and there are people that don't have any that look just fine. It's a personal choice, and I think that a lot of thought probably goes into it. One, because it's going to be on the person forever, and two, the amount of money it costs to get that kind of stuff done, especially like good tattoos and stuff. It's crazy how expensive that stuff can be.
Oh, yeah.
So I disagree fundamentally with all of that.
Ooh, I'm seething. I'm seething because this ties back to that thing I was ranting about earlier. But I will say, before I get into my super angry rant that's inevitably going to come on this one, this has such strong, like, nosy mom on the parent teacher council, like, bored housewife getting into people's business, talking shit about things she doesn't understand energy, like Midwestern, just the worst, like, most Karen-y, nosy person, judgy, like, stereotype you could imagine. This is such that energy. I hate to break it to this person, but there are tons of people who are just covered in tattoos and piercings and body modifications of whatever sort, who are smarter than them, much more successful, probably, you know, achieved their dreams before they ever could, and they'll never achieve them. And this person who's all tatted up and just disgusting looking is living the dream of this person who's judgy and shitty. Like, I hate to break it to you, judgmental douchebag person, but like, where do you get off?
Part of this has got to be like societal expectation and presentation, because like there are doctors, judges, lawyers, probably presidents that have tattoos. I don't know of any off the top of my head, but like, I not president specifically, I mean, but like doctors and stuff that get tattoos are expected to wear like long sleeves, and like I remember whenever I was working in the medical industry, it's like we were allowed to have tattoos and piercings, but they had to be covered while we were at work because it wasn't the professional look, which is a very dated opinion, I think, because I think baseline, a lot of people assume that if you get tattoos, you're, I don't know, some poor biker gang member or something. Whereas if you're working in a professional industry, your body will be pure and all that bullshit. So I think a lot of that is just like, I don't know, expectation. It's some stupid being passed along to us from like generations before that's not an opinion based in fact.
All those rules exist because this person who left this comment exists. If you're a doctor and you run your own practice, you can do whatever you want. Like, I'm sure that there are doctors with all kinds of cool body modifications that are out there that are running their own practice and are like, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm professional or not professional. I'm going to look how I want to look. I'm still a good doctor. If that bothers you, go somewhere else. If you're a doctor and you work at a hospital, like, it's complicated because you are representing the institution, or you're representing someone else who's maybe in charge of the practice. Like, sure. The only reason that exists is because there are people who are like, exactly like you're saying, Wade, who, if you walked into a doctor's office and your doctor has a nose piercing, there are people who would be like, give me a real doctor. You is this like the janitor? You can't be a doctor. That's such judgmental shit, and I'm getting into the anger, tapping into it.
All right.
Why can't people look how they want to look?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It's okay, Bob. It's okay, Bob.
If you got a tattoo on your arm, you could have damaged some of the nerves. Maybe you can't perform brain surgery as well now.
Yeah.
And like, I guess for context, I should say I have no tattoos of any sort, piercings or anything. I intend to get a very specific tattoo. I intend to get a tattoo of Lexi's paw print because she is the first dog. We had childhood dogs, but Lexi's the first dog that was like mine and Mandy's, and she's our little baby. But that's not, it's going to be somewhere private. It's for me, basically. So I'm not like in the community, but like this is the same energy as people who are like, adults can't like cartoons. There shouldn't be cartoons for adults. You're supposed to be an adult.
Yeah.
You can't have a tattoo. Guess what? Having a tattoo has no effect on how smart and successful and together you are. Sure, some people who have tattoos have had troubled pasts. Maybe they have tattoos because it's part of how they deal with what has happened to them or how they deal with living in their skin, because you don't know what they've been through. But that's none of your fucking business, is it?
Yep.
Are they a good doctor?
Should we all three go out and get the Distractible like logo on our back?
No, I'm okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. That'll close out that one.
I want forehead distractible tattoos.
Bob will get the point. I'm changing the subject.
All right.
Immediately now. There's actually a second part that they wrote there that I think is so funny because of what you guys said. Is the second half of this 2-paragraph statement is,
Good God.
I don't object to them for any religious reason. I don't hate people who have them, nor do I judge them for it. And in the immediate next sentence, it just seems obvious to me that no matter their personal justification, it's about changing their body to feel like they're in control, the same way people get addicted to plastic surgery. Interesting.
Somebody needs a dictionary for Christmas.
Yeah. Now, I do want to also say, please don't go to the subreddit and give these people shit for these opinions. We're making fun of this because, this is what we asked for and we disagree, but we want to hear things like this. Like, it's okay that they said it. Like, morally, there's a debate to be had, but don't go attacking anybody for this. This is what we asked for.
They might think that judgment is like a verbal, like, like saying something about it or like verbally disclosing that they judge it or something.
That they wouldn't express it to the person with tattoos means that they are not judging them, even if they are thinking this exact, very judgmental thought in their head.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that interpretation of judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Mark, because you have it pulled up.
Yeah.
Is there like discussion on this one? Or do people respond?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
Sure.
I do wish, this is another pet peeve for me, I hope the discussion is civil. I hope that all of you on the internet know that if someone posts something like this in a place where you exist and you see it, and you might react like I did, where I was like, ooh, that makes me angry. I would never come at them and be like, you're an idiot. This is a terrible take. You're a bad person. That's really equally unproductive.
I'm going to imagine what 3 replies look like. 1 reply, actual discourse like we had about tattoos and why they're okay. Another reply, LMAO, what a shit take. 3rd reply, fuck this person. 4th reply, no. 5th reply, another good discussion that actually has some other replies to it. Am I close?
You're pretty close, yeah.
Yes!
Except you didn't include
I know the internet.
the antagonistic replies from the original poster. There were some of those.
Oh, good. Well, so they're learning their lesson.
No, antagonistic.
Oh, yeah. Does anyone like that ever learn? I don't know. I've never seen it.
Probably not. All right, so
Be civil, people. Be civil. Sorry, go ahead.
I have an announcement. It is all tied up.
Shit.
Wade has 5 points. Bob has 5 points. I have one last hill that we're going to discuss, and I'm going to keep it brief. We're going to keep it brief.
Okay.
It's just like whoever, I won't even give a criteria. I'll just read it, and you guys go, and then I'll give a point. Quote, the acronym GIF. It is pronounced GIF, like the peanut butter brand. The inventor of the format says it is pronounced GIF. End of discussion. End quote. Go.
It's GIF.
It's GIF.
Sorry, excuse my interruption. Please continue.
I say GIF because I read it, but I also say fillet because that's how English people pronounce the word fillet. The fact that I don't know how to pronounce something does not change the origin of the word or the intended pronunciation. You could argue that colloquial usage can modify how a word is technically pronounced, that people will adopt language and change it, and that it's by and large pronounced GIF by most people, including myself, and that if it's so widely used, then that basically becomes the reality. But if the man who invented the file format and came up with the nomenclature and invented the word and invented the .gif, all that shit, and he was like, it's GIF, like giraffe or gin. That's an English pronunciation of those letters. I choose that. Then that's how it's supposed to be pronounced until I hear otherwise from some sort of linguistical expert. It's supposed to be pronounced GIF, whether or not we all pronounce it that way. It's GIF.
I argue that the colloquial usage has changed the pronunciation. Plus, GIF sounds better, and I think the guy who came up with it, girl, whoever came up with it, I don't know who came up with it. I think that they just really wanted some fucking peanut butter, so we should all send them some Jif peanut butter so that way they can have their Jif, and then they can understand that GIF is how GIF should be pronounced if they ever learn the English language. So thank you for your time.
All right.
You drink a lot of gin? You see a lot of giraffes at the zoo?
All right.
Yeah, I do.
So
You eat a lot of ginger in your Asian food?
I have a dog named Ginger.
Oh, I love Ginger. I hope she's feeling better. Ginger's a great dog.
yeah,
I'm glad you pronounced her name correctly.
I am giving the point to Bob. And it's not necessarily because I pronounce it GIF. I pronounce it GIF and will probably pronounce it GIF to the end of my days.
Because it's correct.
Buddy has an incredible point with, number one, the other alternative spellings and pronunciations of things like giraffe and ginger and things like that. But also just the inventor of the format. And this is said in the original statement. The inventor of the format does say that it is pronounced GIF. Therefore, it is colloquially accepted. And we can all take that for ourselves and be like, no, it's GIF and you're wrong. We don't care if you made it. That's kind of a dickish way to look at it, even if it's the way that I currently look at it. I think that's a fantastic hill to die on. I think Bob's point about it is interesting. Therefore, he gets the point, and I declare Bob the winner.
Suck it, bitches!
Fine. My last words as the
I have
losers.
not
Everyone go to
given
store.distractablepodcast.com.
Psalm.
What the
Yeah, COM, Psalm.
That's all right.
You know, like cynical. C. So that's sound.
All right. Okay, Wade. Will, please silence Wade for the rest of the episode. EQ him down so only the low end is heard, as if he's behind a wall. All right. Thank you, Wade. You keep shouting into the void over there. All right. So, Bob, congratulations on winning. It was a tough battle. It was real back and forth there. I thought Wade was going to pull forward, but apparently he did not. Would you like to say anything?
It feels good. It feels good. As the nice one of the group, I'm going to accept my win graciously. Wade put up a good fight. I pulled out ahead early, and he came back strong. I was afraid there. I thought he had me, but it was a good fight. We both earned our points the hard way, and you got to feel good about that. You went out on a shield.
That's true. That's 100% true. So thank you everybody at home for listening. Remember, we have a merch shop. It's store.distractablepodcast.com. If you don't know how to spell distractible at this point, you haven't been listening to the show. My name is Markiplier. You can find me on the internet. Wade is available at Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777. Bob available at MyScrim. You can find him all over the internet. Thank you again, and thank you always to our lovely intro voiceover god, Voldemort, for providing the incredible intro in every episode. Thank you.
I'll be back, bitches!
Podcast out.